People care.
No,
Songwriting is a big part of this movie, and one of the things a lot of people ask is, how do you write a song? How do you find your inspiration? Do you write down everything and you just look and
Inspiration's
observe?
everywhere.
Yeah,
it really is.
And do you start out with a melody? Or you think about the lyrics? What do you think it's going to be up tempo or sad?
It depends. I mean, I write by myself like most of the time, so I'm just I could be playing, on my guitar or keyboards. Or a lot of times I have a title, and I just try to write something that I love. I think there's a bigger name coming in.
No,
probably Lady Gaga.
There are no bigger names.
So you don't want to really talk to me now.
Oh, it's a little personality known as Lady Gaga.
Oh, yeah. What is she doing?
I don't know.
No one wants to.
She
talk
has the
to
wrong
her.
address.
I don't know.
Never mind.
Go figure.
You've written with her, as you said, on one of her most vulnerable songs, and then you get to do a fun one like this.
Yeah. I mean, when I did Till It Happens to You, it was, it almost started like it was such a hunting ground with sexual assault, and that song almost, in a way, like helped start the Me Too movement because no one was really talking about sexual assault, with that movie and that song. It kind of, and here is this is like a fun pop song. This isn't as heavy as that.
You got the best
but
of both.
they all have their place. All fun songs, heavy songs.
One last question for you. Do you remember a Star is Born moment for yourself when you heard your song on the radio, when you knew your life had changed as a songwriter? What was that moment like, and what was it for you when you
as a kid?
As a kid, or something you wrote and then suddenly heard being played.
Hearing a song of mine on the radio,
Yeah,
Rhythm of the Night, my first hit.
Yeah.
Hearing it on 2 radio stations at the same time. That was pretty awesome. And it's always awesome when, I hear anybody, even going on YouTube and seeing these kids or something cover my songs out, and I'll read or note someone. You want to talk to her, right?
No, she's busy.
Yeah, she's a little busy.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Diane.
Good
Always good to
you.
see you. Enjoy the film.
Enjoy the night. Thank you, Diane.
Dan Warren, one of the great songwriters in pop music.
Yes.
She's written a whole bunch of hits, and she's incredibly cool about the whole thing. I can tell you, if I had written Rhythm of the Night, I would not be cool about it. I'd be telling everybody about it all the time. People would find it insufferable, as you know.
Until It Happens to You, the song she was talking about, they were nominated, she and Gaga together wrote it. They were nominated for a ton of awards last award season, and I have a feeling they might be back this January.
I have a feeling they will be back. This is a movie that's going to get a lot of awards attention, both for the performances on screen and also for the soundtrack, the music that was written for it. It is a really buzzy film. And it's what you're hearing right now is just the excitement that comes when Lady Gaga walks into a room. And I bet you're excited to see what she's wearing. I'm going to tell you right now, she's wearing the entire galaxy as a gown with the sun, the literal sun. She's reached up to the heavens. She's brought the sun down and is wearing it as a sort of fascinator. Actually, none of that is true, but when you see her, I'm sure you're going to be impressed. And look, I think we have,
We have
Anthony Ramos coming over here. Anthony Ramos.
He plays Lady Gaga, Allie's best friend in the film.
Allie's best friend in the movie.
Hi, Melody. Nice to meet you.
Mr. Ramos, nice to see you.
This is JD and Melanie with People.
And this is a great publicist that you've got there. She's amazing.
Lindsay's incredible.
So let me start off by asking you, does this just feel like the wildest thing that you've ever been a part of in your entire life, or what?
One of them. I mean,
one of them. Tell us about the other one.
I mean, I was a part of Hamilton, so that was one of the biggest
I've heard
smash
of that.
hits of.
A little play. You might have heard of that.
The
small
smallest
little
Broadway
one-act
show you've
black
ever
box
seen.
theater kind of
Right,
thing.
Yeah. So. No, man. I mean, I'm super blessed, man. Isn't it so great to be a part of art that people respond to in a really honest way, right? So that's all you ever want as an artist, man. So I'm super hyped, and this is another ride. I wasn't expecting it so soon, but here we are again, hopping on the train, and I'm ready, man. I'm ready.
And you play Gaga's best friend, Allie's best friend, and you're kind of her hype man too. You're always there to support her.
Yeah.
What was it like when you first met her?
She was amazing. She gave me the biggest hug, and she was like, "Oh man, we always knew it was gonna be you." And I was so nervous to come to set and be on set, but once I met her, she embraced me like that. I was like, "Oh, let's go," So she's incredible, and she's one of the hardest working people I've ever met.
Now, a lot of the people on Facebook tonight are asking, and without spoiling anything, what was the most memorable thing that you did on set? What was your most memorable scene that you remember that you take home with you?
I think my most memorable scene was it was actually when we were at the Greek Theater, and I was watching Stephanie perform. But it wasn't even a scene. It was something that happened in between takes, and I was like, Stephanie played 3 songs for the audience there, just as a thank you.
was her real fans there,
her
by the
real
way.
fans
Real
there.
fans.
And like she played 3 songs, and it was one of the most incredible like 15 minutes of my life. I mean, to see her play live, just her and the piano singing her heart out, and nothing. I mean, it was breathtaking. Like it was beautiful.
At any point, do you forget that it's Stephanie Lady Gaga performing? Did you just think this is Ali?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're synonymous with each other. I think like that. She says all the time. I don't want to speak for her, but she says all the time. Ali. There's a lot about Ali that she can relate to, and you can see it when she plays, and you can even when she was singing the Shallow with Bradley that first time. I mean, I saw Stephanie, but I saw Ali, and it was just beautiful to just see her do her thing.
Yeah, we still have chills from that scene.
Yeah,
It's pretty
beautiful.
incredible.
It was so
And
good.
you look like you had a lot of fun up there. It's amazing. Enjoy the film.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Great to
much.
see you, man.
Yeah. Thank you
Enjoy
so
the
much.
night.
Yeah. Take care.
You too.
Anthony Ramos, also, of course, famous for his performance in Hamilton, a little play that you should check out. Incredible performer, an incredible, sort of ensemble of performers that are on camera with Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper. There really is, sort of a great big sort of support network. Everybody plays their A game in this movie. Really fun to see. Really fun to see Lady Gaga as a caterer, because
Get yelled
that's
at
not
a little
something you
by
see
the
every
boss.
day. When you start out in this business, you gotta just do anything. I mean, food service is a good gig, and everybody should have that experience, I think, and they play it really real. You believe her as somebody who has not made it at all and who really doesn't believe it. I think I've said this before, but I really love the scenes where you look at her and you think, she's experiencing this for the first time. She has no idea what it's like to be famous, and she sort of has this wide-eyed look about her when she's the one who's obviously the singer.
And what
right?
Anthony was talking about, for those scenes in the movie where they're on stage, Bradley and Gaga, those were actually filmed in real life in front of Gaga's fans. They performed at the Greek Theater, they performed at the Forum, they performed in between Coachella. And Lady Gaga actually said she toned down her Coachella performances because she was sort of evoking Ali. So instead of being really out there as she usually is, she made it a little more muted, which is really interesting, I think.
It's really interesting. It's also interesting, and you'll see this throughout award season and throughout these premieres, the way that Lady Gaga is dressing for this movie, because she's really affecting this very glamorous, very old Hollywood glamour kind of look, very different from the character that she plays, but also different from what you've seen her in performance do
There she
before.
is.
And there she is.
Look how beautiful she looks.
Yes, she looks amazing. She looks like a star who's been born and just
Again
born
and
and
again.
born again and again and again. Wow, look at all that stuff. Look at this shimmering gown that she's got on.
You were right. She really does look like she's wearing the whole galaxy on her.
She is wearing the whole
Yeah.
galaxy. Many stars. Unbelievable. Melly, I could see you in something like that.
Can you?
Yes,
It
I could.
might look a little different on me.
No, I don't think so. I think it looked just the same. Really great.
Yeah, she's beautiful. I mean, it's so wonderful to see her all glammed up like this, but I loved seeing her, stripped of makeup in the film. I think she wore mascara, concealer.
And here she is.
yeah,
Oh my goodness. Oh,
Hi,
Hi, how are you?
congratulations.
Thank you
Oh,
so
it's a
much.
beautiful film.
You look so beautiful.
oh my
You
God,
too.
you look amazing.
Thank
like
you.
1,000 stars being born.
The
Unbelievable.
whole galaxy you
I'm
said you were
just
wearing.
so grateful to be here and so humbled. What an incredible cast, and Bradley Cooper is just a force of nature. This is just a dream come true for me.
He said the most important thing he will take away from this movie is the friendship he built with you. Can you tell us about the first time that, during the screen test, he wiped off your makeup, he made you feel so comfortable and beautiful? Did that sort of set the tone for how you approach this film?
Absolutely. Our friendship is exactly what set the tone for this film. He's such a wonderful person, and he says it to me in the movie. He says, all you've got to do is trust me. And I trusted him the whole time, and he pulled things out of me that I never thought that I even had. And I'm so, so grateful to be here tonight, and so, so humbled by this whole experience. And you both look so just dashing.
Yeah, really well.
Fantastic.
I think
I
it's
think you're
we're
healthy.
reflecting
Yeah.
off of you. You make us look good. So we're going to keep you all night, and we'll just walk around
Okay.
together, and people will be nice.
Fantastic.
One of the things that is amazing about the two of you is you're both Italian. You both had this instant connection. You made meatballs, spaghetti and meatballs together.
Leftovers.
Leftovers,
Yes.
just out of a Tupperware that you had?
Oh yeah, we had it in the fridge, and when he came over, I was heating it up for him in a pan, and before I knew it, it was two Italian Americans from the East Coast eating spaghetti together, and it was an instant connection. He's a wonderful person, but as a filmmaker, he is just spectacular. And also as a songwriter and a singer, I mean, I couldn't believe the voice that came out of him and the musicianship. As I watched him become a musician making this film, it was an honor, really.
You had to teach each other a little bit as you went along. I mean, you had an agreement. He was going to be a musician. You were going to be an actor.
Yes, we made that contract.
And you have some acting experience, but this is a totally different. Even though she's a singer, she's nothing like you.
No.
So tell me a little bit about how you got to the place of insecurity, like knowing how to perform on stage, knowing that you've done all of this stuff before, how you found, again, the person who hadn't been there yet.
Well, what's different between Ali and I is that when I decided I was going to go for it as a singer and a songwriter, I just hit the ground running. And I was, dragging my keyboard around New York, pounding on doors, and I really believed in myself. But Ali is not this way. My character in this film, she doesn't believe in herself at all. She's very jaded by the music industry, and she's given up on herself. So what I had to do was go back further into my childhood, into my high school years, when I was bullied and made fun of for having big dreams. That is where I went. But I think I went even further because I trusted Bradley so much to be vulnerable, to be my authentic self, and he is just such an incredible director. He's such an incredible actor, and the experience of him acting and directing and producing and writing music at the same time, it was just completely fluid, and I'm so grateful to be here.
That is high praise from a woman who wears many, many hats just like that. Yeah, how you just described. You do the same thing too.
I don't know.
Well, you do. You're amazing, and you have
Thank
to
you
get in
so
there, or
much.
they're
Yeah.
going to beat us up.
Yeah.
I think Amanda Silverman's going to beat me up. So
She
enjoy it. She might threaten me.
Congratulations.
But in any case, I enjoy the movie. You're amazing in it, and it's wonderful to see.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much to both of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So many cameras.
I know, it's
we
crazy,
are
right?
turning away so we're not in your shot.
We want to give you room. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.